Hello, fam. Welcome back to another episode of
Oh, you
TI
know, like me?
Tuesday.
Copy that. I
I'm
got
your
your
host,
attention.
Juel
Copy that.
Claxton, and I want to start by giving a huge thank you to everyone for the incredible support, especially to all of my TIs out there. Thank you for your courage. You're bringing in more intel every day and sharing your personal stories regarding theft, gang stalking, trafficking, illegal surveillance, and those heavy spiritual and energy weapon attacks. This platform is for you. It's a safe space to connect the dots that the mainstream media refuses to see. We have a jam-packed show today, guys, but as usual, we're opening up with the hard-hitting news updates you need to know. Let's get into it. So we're tracking a developing situation involving a recent assassination attempt against President Donald Trump. This reportedly occurred on April 25th, 2026, during the White House Correspondents' Dinner at the Washington Hilton. Let's talk about the incident, guys. Around 8:36 p.m., a suspect attempted to breach a security checkpoint near the main ballroom. The individual was reportedly armed with multiple weapons, including a shotgun, handgun, and knives. Law enforcement engaged and a Secret Service agent was struck, but survived due to protective gear. Officials quickly secured the president and evacuated attendees. This marks the third major attempt in recent years, raising serious questions about security, patterns, and intent. So the event was canceled, but it's a stark reminder of the level of chaos currently targeting high-profile figures. Guys, whether you believe this was a legitimate assassination attempt or not, one thing we all agree on is that people are unhinged right now. And with the current status of us we're in war, and we just can't fight at home and fight overseas. It's just not really a logical game plan. So yeah, we're gonna keep an eye on this, TIs, and let you know how this unfolds and what's going on. But, keep it on your radar. Next, a major anti-trafficking operation in California known as Operation Reclaim and Rebuild resulted in 611 arrests, 170 victims rescued, including minors as young as 13. This was a coordinated effort involving over 80 agencies. Officials identified Los Angeles County as a major hub, with victims trafficked across multiple states. They found victims being moved from as far as Illinois to Oklahoma. It just goes on to show how deep these networks run, guys. Now, over in D.C., there's a lot of pain and skepticism right now. A man's body was found hanging from a tree in the 4th district. Police are calling it a suicide, but the community isn't buying it. There was a 3-day delay in the police statement, and many are calling this a modern-day lynching. We're standing with the activists demanding the surveillance footage to be released. Now, whether you believe that lynching still occurs or not, one thing is for certain, we should be able to see the footage of what exactly happened with this gentleman. And hopefully it's released soon. We will keep you posted on this story as well. And there's a tragic update from Tampa. A suspect has been charged with the murders of 2 doctoral students from the University of South Florida. One victim was found on a Tampa bridge. The second is still missing. The suspect was apprehended following an unrelated domestic violence call. Okay, and in Shreveport, Louisiana, a devastating tragedy, guys. A man killed 8 children, including 7 of his own. Victims range from ages 3 to 11. Another person jumped off the roof of the house and was expected to survive. Authorities described it as an execution-style mass shooting. This is being called the deadliest mass shooting in over 2 years, guys. Truly a heavy week for the world. Police confirmed the rampage was domestic in nature, stemming from a separation. I feel like there is more to the story than meets the eye here in terms of narcissistic abuse and why it is so important to protect your children when you see signs of a parent willing to harm children to get back at another parent. Sometimes our higher wisdom will have to supersede what others think, and this is a perfect example. And finally, an American influencer, Ashley Robinson, died in Zanzibar, Tanzania, under suspicious circumstances. Initially reported as a suicide, family disputes that claim. Reports indicate possible signs of strangulation. Her fiance is being questioned. You know, the family's demanding a full investigation and transparency. I personally see a few red flags in this case, similar to what I identified previously with the Kanika Jenkins and Angie Stone cases. We already shared with you guys how hotel staff can assist in criminal conduct in our previous podcasting episode of TI Tuesday, and by that what I mean is assist in human and organ trafficking as well as other criminal conduct. My investigator in tennis tell me this young woman may have been targeted. And oftentimes, as we mentioned before, these hotel mysterious deaths are linked to, dare I say it, the dark web. For those of you unfamiliar with the dark web, it is a hidden subset of the internet requiring special software like Tor to access. Allegedly, they set up these web rooms where they watch and take bets on tormenting and murdering targeted victims illegally, sort of like Big Brother and Hunger Games collaborated and came together. Yeah, some real sick stuff. With that said, we have a commercial break. This episode is sponsored by Mind Your Business, because focusing on yourself is free. Tired of your neighbors watching you? Or are you watching them? Side effects of Mind Your Business include peace, clear skin, fewer arguments with strangers on the internet. Available now, everywhere you already are. And if you order today, we will throw in the Faraday Fedora. It's style, it's protection, it's Mind Your Business in 100% felt. Use code JEWEL for 10% off your first tinfoil lined accessory. Okay, guys, now as lighthearted as our commercial break might seem, we've got some new intel that proves there is always a little truth behind every joke. After our Hotel TI Tuesday episode a couple of weeks ago, we received a wave of intel from the community, stories that are rarely shared publicly. Many of you describe patterns involving hotel staff and suspicious activity tied to trafficking setups. So, we decided to test some of this intel ourselves. And honestly, even we were surprised. EMF testing alert. We're urging every TI or anyone who suspects unusual environmental activity to download an EMF tester app on your phone immediately. An EMF meter measures electromagnetic radiation from Wi-Fi, 5G, cell towers, electrical devices. Typical safe public exposure limits are significantly lower than what some of you are reporting. Here's what we found. Common household and hotel everyday items showed extremely high readings. Some readings exceeded 3,000 units in a single item. Yes, I said 3,000. These include alarm clocks, lamps, phones, hair dryers, mattress box springs, irons, refrigerators, microwaves, and air conditioners. Now, keep in mind, microwaves and air conditioners typically have a higher reading, but again, 3,000 is excessive. To put that into context, guys, recommended exposure limits are far lower. The International Commission on Non-Ionizing Radiation Protection, ICNIRP, sets the public exposure limit at 200. Now, imagine multiple devices operating at those levels simultaneously, especially near where you sleep. Here's some reported symptoms, guys. Many individuals reporting exposure also describe headaches and dizziness, fatigue and brain fog, skin irritation, burning and tingling, heart palpitations, ringing in the ears, sleep disruption. These symptoms are often grouped under electromagnetic hypersensitivity, EHS, and idiopathic environmental intolerance, IEI. Scientific consensus is still debating, but the experiences being reported are consistent across many accounts. Now, here's a key warning, guys. Some of these devices reported by TIs do not need to be plugged in, may appear ordinary, may have been swapped or altered. If you are being hit with over 30,000 units from a single appliance while you sleep, or multiple, that is a covert energy attack. These high levels of electromagnetic hypersensitivity, EHS, can cause neurological problems, headaches, memory loss and dizziness, dermatological problems, as we said, the burning, the tingling, the itching, skin, and physical problems, heart palpitations, and chronic insomnia. So, awareness and documentation are critical. Check your items, guys, with that EMF app, and let us know. Some of these devices don't even need to be plugged in to give off these frequencies if they've been traded out by these perpetrators. That's crazy. Please record these results live so we can assess what's really going on with UTIs. And with that said, we aren't going to stop. We will continue to expose these covert attackers and help you identify the organizations and occult groups responsible.
If you got a kid, don't ever let him put his cell phone near his head, and don't let him carry it in one of his front pockets. If it's a girl, don't let them carry the cell phone in their breast pocket. Don't let them carry them anywhere near their ovaries. And the farther the cell phone is from your head, when you're talking, the better off you are.
Dozens of CIA agents. Over the course of 2 years and throughout 3 continents, dozens of CIA agents were taken out by the use of EMF, high pulsating EMFs. A lot of the agents couldn't walk, they lost their memory, had headaches, and in a very short amount of time, this was done. This is a real-life example. They broadcasted this on the news.
Judy, the symptoms were sudden and shocking. Sleeplessness, headaches, inability to walk, memory loss, cognitive difficulties. Last weekend, the National Academies of Sciences released the first authoritative government report concluding the victims were most likely hit by directed pulsed radio frequency energy. The lead author was Stanford microbiology and immunology professor David Rel.
Thank you for tuning in to TI Tuesday. Your voice matters more than you think. Stay aware, stay sharp, and keep bringing us the truth. Remember, many are called, but few are chosen. And once you answer the call, fulfill your purpose, please, and share the wisdom needed to aid others from becoming victimized. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your frequency high. Love you all. Bye.